Welcome to Stuck, Time to Improv. We're here every week with advice for startup businesses because sometimes that idea you have might not be the right one for you to do the implementing. So I'd like to welcome Sasha Sabbeth, who is a psychic mentor, coach, and a healer, and a soul purpose advisor. So thank you, Sasha. And let's talk about that. How do you find out whether an idea is the right one for you?
Thank you for having me, Mary. There are lots of ways of validating whether or not an idea, like a startup business, is the right thing, the right venue, the right vehicle, the right focus that a person should be putting their attention on. And it ultimately comes down to what really lies within their heart, their passion. And there's a big leap between what they think up here, and then if they just slide their awareness down to their heart, that's a whole other universe going on down there. So one of the things that a person can do when they've got these wonderful ideas and they're so excited about it and they can really take off into the future of what their life would be like, what their business would be like, is for them to do a very astute decision-making process that is a psychic intuitive process. A psychic intuitive process is one where you go inside to your wisdom, to that level of truth that lives within you, regardless, and that's an important word there, regardless of what is going on in the outer world. So there is a wealth of information, and again, I use the word truth, great truth that lives within all of us, and it takes a mindset, it takes a discipline, and it takes a willingness to just step back from the collective ideas that are running around at any given societal level, and be willing to consider those ideas, but to always make your main decisions based on this psychic intuitive realm that lives within all of us.
So let's do a little bit of the process.
You close your eyes, take those quintessential deep breaths, slow deep breaths, and then imagine that there is a cylinder of light that is attached at the base of your spine. And just be creative about it. Could be any color, but the key is that it is the width of your hips. So it really takes in the width of you. And so you create this cylinder of light and it goes down deep into the center of the earth. And I know that that might sound very woo-woo, but just go with it. Just use your imagination. And so this cylinder goes deep into the earth and connects to a big boulder, a crystalline boulder. And it is a transmuting boulder, which means that it has energies that actually will improve what you're going to send down that grounding cord. And I'll explain the purpose of the grounding cord in a minute. Right now, we're doing our setup. So we can make a decision to determine, is this right for me? Or is this like a nice idea, but it's not for me? So step number one is you get your grounding cord. And as I say, the width of your hips down the center of the earth, connect to the crystalline boulder. That's step one. Step two is you imagine that there is a ball of light above your head. It could be any size. In fact, most likely, each time you practice this, the size of the ball will change. This is a symbol that acts as a metaphor for your divine self, your soul self. And what you want to do is get yourself unscattered. You want to get yourself calm so that you can start getting answers from within yourself. So what you do is what I say is call your soul home. Call your soul home. And what you're going to do is just intend that all the thoughts and all the flurry that's into the future, your goals, your promises, your intentions, are just for now are going to retract back into this ball. That's from the future. You also want to bring all of that scattered in the past. And we have so much that's scattered in the past. And this is also going to be brought into present times. And then you've got your ball of light above your head, about 18 inches. And you call your soul home. You call it back from the future. And you call it back from the past, right into that ball of light. Take some deep breaths and let that happen and settle. That's it. Now you imagine that little hole at the bottom of the ball, and all this beautiful elixir energy starts to flow down and fills you up like water in a glass. And all the stuff that just is not going to serve you right now flows out into the chute and goes to that crystalline boulder. And now just sit there for a moment and feel the shift. Feel yourself calm down. So now let's talk about a decision. Here you are, you want to do a startup. Maybe you already have a business and you want to take it to the next level of momentum. And you have all these great ideas. And either you don't know what to do, or you do know what to do and you're not doing it, or you know what you want to do, but there's a nagging feeling that you keep running over, that you don't listen to, that is really saying to you, yeah, it's a great idea, but it's not for you. So we've got those three classifications. So here's what we're going to do. Now, this is a psychic intuitive process. You're going to imagine that there is a scene. Just make it up. It could be, let's say, a garden. And as you're sitting there, you're going to call up in your mind a vision of one of the ideas that you want to pursue regarding your business. So take a moment, choose what that is, and just create like a still snapshot that would capture the essence of this particular idea. And as you're looking at it and sensing it, notice, what do you hear? Clairaudience. What do you see? Clairvoyance. What do you feel? Clairsentience. And what do you just know about this as a good fit for you? Okay, so let's do another one. Now get yourself grounded, get your attention on your grounding cord, top of your head, bring your soul back because you just used some of your energy. So we want to come back to center. And now choose another option that you would like to pursue as a business, startup or next level. We're going to do the same thing. You're sitting in the garden. Call up a metaphoric still frame vision of this second option. And just sit there quietly in the garden and you insert that vision and notice what happens inside of you. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? Or what do you just know? So bottom line, in terms of making a decision, you want to use these internal messages and you want to get grounded and you want to call your soul home because you don't want to be influenced by what the outer world says you should, you could. You want it to come from you. And that's really like the down, dirty, cut to the chase exercise.
That's cool. And then whichever one of those speaks to you more or more positively, that would be the correct decision for you.
At least to pursue.
Right.
To develop it. And then, you know, you may get to a point where you have to ask yourself again, and you could use the exact same technique.
Well, thank you very much, Sasha Sabbeth. And we'll have a lot more tools now to make sure that whatever you're passionate about is actually something that's going to be good for you to pursue. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
And
bye.
Join us next week for Stuck, Time to Improv.